when you have somebody that's more athletic, and this happens often in testing, right? You have somebody that might go just pa, 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 and you're like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Even though that they're the ones that are constantly coming in, you want to be the first one to approach them. Also make sure that you have a good understanding of distances and timing. As somebody keeps attacking, patterns start coming up. So you want to be aware of this thing so that way you can take advantage of it and strike at the right moment. But the main thing you want to understand is that you always have to have ready kamae. So here you see his opponent is kind of not giving a break. Okay, so he goes in for an attack. He immediately gets back into kamae, gets ready here, and you can see that at the same time, he's closing the distance. What this does is that if that person is already in a rush, is accelerated, now they're more in a rush. So he's ready, and although person on the right is the one closing the distance further, person on the left, he's being more relaxed, and when he sees an opportunity, he goes for it. You want to move in, read the opponent, and attack. I think this is the difference between pressure or seme and feinting. Although he's closing the distance, his mindset, his focus is not to go forward. Is to kind of like do something to get a reaction, but immediately the first instinct is to go back. So you see he closed the distance very nicely. He comes in. Now this looks more like pressure. You see it looks different, right? He's coming in. At this point, he could go back, but he's not going back. Look what's happening. So person on the right is giving pressure, and person on the left, he's not attacking just because of the pressure. He's counter pressuring. You see, he's giving pressure. And that little hole, that's his tame and that's his seme. And as he noticed when he overcommit, because at this point, it's like he has no turning back. Person on the right doesn't have a turning back at this point. So he just lets go of that pressure and goes for that man. That's why he looks that much faster. He looks like he caught up to him, but instead, so that way he was ready to go at the moment that he needed to go. You never want to attack just from kamae for no reason. You always want to have a little bit of that forward intention and set your body right, prime it to go. And that's what's happening here at this point. He's not rushing in. He sets up here when the opponent is trying to close the distance. Instead of rushing in and attacking from that moment, what he does is that he applies that pressure, but at the same time, he's priming his body to go forward, and then he just lets go of that hold and gets the technique. Here, you want to have tension. Here, you're priming yourself to attack. So from here to here, at any time, the moment to attack could come. You don't want to rush in from here because at this point, it's going to be really hard to get an ippon. But instead, as you're approaching and looking the distance, you want to figure out when the right moment is to attack as the opponent is coming in. Hope that makes sense. He's hitting, the shinai is bouncing, but the hands are coming forward, keeping that pressure forward. And the fumikomi lands a little bit, a split second after the shinai touched the man. So it's literally the next frame. He hit with his body, and the fumikomi is helping him keep the motion forward. The power of the strike comes from your body and the energy that was produced from the left foot.